Hello, cartoon fanatics. RJ here. And who are we talking about on this cartoon corner? It's the Owl House, of course. That that was my attempt to squeeze in an owl joke. It didn't work well. I apologize for that. And also, my voice is gonna sound weird for this segment because I'm dealing with sinus junk again. I have come armed with tea to help me through this recording. Okay, what are we talking about again? Anywho, see, that one works much better there. But if you couldn't tell, I'm super stuck on the owl part of the Owl House today, which fits the most recent episode quite nicely. We start the episode with my two favorite characters, King and Luce. King is trying to teach Luce about demons from a demon book that he wrote himself, but Luce is more interested in trying to learn spells from Ida. When a boiling rain hits the boiling isles, Luce finally corners Ida long enough to be shown how to do a simple light spell, thus giving us more information about how magic works. According to Ida, the magic that witches can cast comes from a magic sac literally attached to their hearts, making the magic biological. However, Luce clearly doesn't have that gross sac. And when Luce asks how she could cast magic without one, Ida rambles that there was some sort of way that witches performed magic in the past, but she didn't bother to learn it. This ties into my theories about who could be witches from the previous episode. It seems like it's usually a biological part of someone. You either have the magic sac or you don't, and those that do can become witches. That, of course, leaves the question of how humans could do magic, and what happened to completely disconnect witches from the past ways of how they did magic. Maybe we'll learn more as Luce figures out this magic for herself. But back to the meat of this episode, Ida goes and takes a nap from being drained of doing all these magic spells, and while she does so, King swipes an elixir that he thinks is the secret to Ida's magic. He wants to give the elixir to Luce, so then she in exchange will pay attention to him and his demon lessons. But before Luce can taste the elixir, the house is invaded and Hootie is down. No, Hootie! We need a moment of silence for this fallen owl. He has the most borderline annoying voice. Rest in peace, Hootie. Oh wait, he's not actually dead. He's just sleeping. Okay, well, that was awkward. With Ida in potential danger, King and Luce race off to save her from whatever creature has invaded the house. King is convinced it's a horrible demon, but after being separated from Luce, he discovers that the suspected demon is a complete wimp. I'm starting to think that demons in this world aren't actually that demonic. They're more like minor nuisances. Then again, the only demons we've met so far are King and this turtle-looking guy, so maybe there's a more powerful demon out there. But if the demon wasn't the intruder, then who was? Well, it turns out the elixir King swiped wasn't magic, but medicine, to help Ida keep a curse at bay. Without it, she goes, for lack of a better word, she goes feral. And let me say, this cursed design of Ida is pretty cool. You can see the elements of an owl with the wings and the eyes, but you can also see the parts of Ida in the ears and the nose and then the mouth. It's pretty sweet and terrifying and a bit sad at the same time. While our characters are hiding from Ida, trying to figure out what to do, King apologizes for messing up so badly. He just wanted Luce to be as excited about demons as she was about magic. He wanted her to look up to him the same way she looked up to Ida. They both have experience with not being taken seriously, and the moment between them is touching and sweet, and their friendship is so adorable. Now it's both of their turns to shine. King using his knowledge of demons to suggest the way to beat cursed Ida is to flash her with light, and Luce figuring out the secret of casting spells, for witches with the magic sac, all they have to do is draw circles. The bigger the circle, the bigger the spell. Luz had recorded Ida doing one while sleep deprived, and that's when she discovers there's a pattern hidden within the circle that is cast at the same time. King doesn't seem to be able to see it, so they work together to lure Ida so Luz can draw the spell, thus creating light. They successfully help Ida stabilize her curse, and Luz has learned her first spell. Look how happy she is drawing her spell, and look how surprised and proud Ida is. Aw, this show is so sweet in its heartfelt moments. So let's return to the magic casting for a moment. I mentioned that Luz could make out a special pattern inside of the magic circles, while King could not. Not only does this give us a hint of how witches might have used magic in the past, but discovering that way of performing magic might be completely unique to Luz at this point. It still leaves the question of why the witches don't cast magic spells that way anymore. It seems to be more simplified, but it's cool that we're seeing a little more into this world and its lore. Also, Ida's curse. Yeah, what's up with that? I mean, now we know why she's called the Owl Lady, but it also leaves a whole bunch of other questions. How did she get cursed? Who cursed her? Why was she cursed? Considering these are questions Ida herself has, something tells me finding the source of this curse will be centrifugal to her character. I love how we are getting bits and pieces of this world and the characters, but we still don't have the full story. We're walking along the ride discovering the world and everything in it with Luz so we can relate to her wide-eyed curiosity and excitement for the unusual. I actually can't believe we're only 4 episodes in. So much has happened and I want answers! Alright, favorite moments of this episode. As many questions as it raised, I really enjoyed seeing Ida in curse form. It was super cool and fascinating to see how there are owl-like elements connected to her curse and her magic. Also, watching Luz figure out how to cast her own spell was amazing. I bet the symbols she draws to make spells actually mean something, but I'm not much for analyzing details like that. Kinda got a lot going on with life and just in general. I always love seeing Luz and King's dynamic, especially when they bond over trying to make friends and be listened to and taken seriously. And there was a hilarious scene where they hear Hootie crabbing downstairs and King complains about how annoying his voice is. Wait, who voices Hootie again? Oh, I totally forgot what else I wanted to say and my voice hurts so bad now. I'm just gonna finish it off here. If you like this video, give a thumbs up and press that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more fun content with cartoon, movies, traveling, and puppets. So many puppets. Ugh. Man, I think I might have stressed my voice too hard. I'm gonna go grab some more tea and then take a nice long nap. Until next week's episode.